Hey, welcome back to Evil's Comics. I'm Evil Mike. I hope you're having a great Sunday or whatever day you happen to catch this on the rewind. Um, Please, if you can, before we get started, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. So I got a review for you, right, from Aftershock Comics. It is Beyond the Breach #5. It's written by Ed Brisson. Artist is Damian Couceiro. Then we got colors is Patricio Delpeche. And then we got letters is Hassan Ostmane-Elhaou. Sorry if I mispronounced any of those names, just bad with names. No disrespect at all. I'll show you off some of the art at the end of this review. So let's get into it, right? We're at the last issue in the series, the final issue. And it's actually been a really great series, and the ending was actually really good. The art has been on point the whole book, and the colors have been great. Beyond the Breach is basically one day like a breach has opened up into our world, and all these monsters start coming over into our world. We catch up with our main character Vanessa, who quickly finds a child in need of help that is being attacked by a whole bunch of different monsters. His parents being killed in the onslaught. He's like an 8-year-old boy, and Vanessa's in like her 20s or something like that. Vanessa ends up like saving Vanessa with another little like animal that comes through the breach. It's kind of like a mix of a raccoon slash monkey kind of thing. And they end up like tag teaming, trying to survive what is going on happening to Earth at that time. They eventually end up running into Samuel, which is he came through the breach when it first happened, and he is riding his friend, which is Turtle the tortoise. Not to be confused with the turtle, because he doesn't like being called a turtle kind of thing. As we proceed through the book, we eventually find out that Samuel is a wanted criminal from another dimension or something like that, and to escape the like military presence that was after him for his crimes. He had like opened up a breach and fled to our Earth, and that was what caused the original breach that allowed all the monsters to come through to our Earth. We do find that out in the later issues. And basically, like right before this, we found that kind of intergalactic or dimensional force had finally caught up with Samuel and was about to take him back through the breach to have him stand trial for his crimes kind of thing. And it was kind of like this standoff situation where like Vanessa, Dougie, Turtle, and then, or, and Samuel were trying to, does Samuel go with them kind of thing, and that's where this book starts off. Eventually with, Samuel saying that he'll go peacefully as long as the dimensional cops, allow Vanessa and Dougie to go free, since they're not part of or tied to him in any fashion, and the dimensional cops basically stating that they're not going to do that, because when they first got there, they Vanessa and Dougie started attacking them along with Samuel kind of thing. Eventually there is a plea that does happen where the guy allows Vanessa and Dougie and Turtle to stay, and they do take Samuel through the breach. And as they're going through, Dougie and Vanessa kind of have a quick conversation about like loyalty and friendship and that kind of thing, and eventually they all run, Vanessa runs through the breach to go try and save Samuel, not seeing it right. She doesn't see him fitting the crimes that they're accusing him of, everything that he has shown, from saving them to, from putting his life in front of danger to save innocent people, that kind of thing. He doesn't really fit the criminal, credo that they're saying he was, but anyways, she does run through the breach, the breach and everything, and as she goes through, it's this crazy look, kind of high fidelity looking planet that she's on, and it's all filled with monsters and crazy stuff, and basically when she gets there, it's like this altercation between the main officer and then Samuel, and him being we got you kind of thing, smug and everything, and eventually Vanessa, she kind of runs up and disrupts him enough where like Samuel eventually gets the better of the other guy, and the other guy's not paying so much attention, and he gets swallowed by this like monstrous looking slug kind of thing. as soon as it starts happening, like all these monsters kind of come out of everywhere, and it's just this mass, like try and survive all the cops shooting at him because Vanessa just kind of got the main officer killed, kind of thing. And but basically, it's this mad run trying to get Samuel back to freedom out of the dimension or away from the monsters, kind of thing. Now that they've opened that breach and Vanessa left it open or something like that, the monsters are like making it through to Earth now, like they did the first time. In the whole like scramble of everything, like someone takes a pot shot at Vanessa, and Samuel ends up like hopping in the way, getting taking a gut shot, trying to protect her. But him basically stating that now he's going to die and this and that, but at least he'll die in his home world and stuff like that, but he can still get her back to her world and everything, so she can close the breach and stop all the other monsters from making it through. He gives her a sword because inside the slug that ate that guy has the breach closer, and she needs that device to close the breach or whatever. So she eventually claws and cuts and slashes through that slug and finds the dead officer and grabs the device. Eventually there's a sad goodbye with Samuel and everything, and she eventually makes it through the breach. Quickly to find out that sure enough all those monsters that came through and Dougie, the little like monkey raccoon guy, and then Turtle are quickly like they're trying to kill the monsters that are coming through. So as she's going through, she's on the other side trying to kill all the monsters and get it back to regular. The story jumps through basically, and it's like at the end of the tale, it's basically this journey where Vanessa is taking Dougie back to the only family he has left, which is his grandparents. And that's kind of where they started in the first book. Since Samuel and Vanessa knew that Dougie's parents had been killed, they were trying to find his other family. And since she's so young of since he's so young, the only family member he could remember is his grandparents and where they lived. And that's kind of where the start of the book was this journey trying to get Dougie back to his family, kind of thing. So the book finally does get him back to his grandparents. We do see like a mix of like all across the world where there are other monsters and creatures that came through the breach, and now some of them are kind of like intermingled with our society, kind of thing. They're not all bad, kind of thing, like the raccoon monkey thing. But eventually during the journey, Dougie does reveal that he knew all along that his parents died, and he kind of took an offense that Vanessa didn't tell him the truth, that she kind of telling him these like half lies, kind of thing, during the journey. And it's this whole like, well, I'm sorry, I was trying to protect you, kind of thing. And that's kind of where the book leaves off of, basically stating, Vanessa says her goodbyes to Dougie and and his grandparents and everything, and she kind of continues on with her journey, not really stating where she's going or anything, maybe looking for her family, kind of thing. And that's where this book leaves off at. Like I said, it's a great end to a story and everything. And in the editor's notes, it say that this is just kind of the end of this story. It is complete and everything, but it's not necessarily the end of this world, kind of thing, or maybe the Vanessa's journey. But Ed Brisson does say at the end of the book that there is more to come, kind of thing. I'll show y'all some of the art and I'll let y'all get on y'all's way. I do appreciate everybody that watches my reviews. I do eat up those comments like crazy. There are YouTube food. They keep us active here on YouTube. So if you do happen to view, please give me a like and a comment down below. That kind of stuff helps greatly. I have been doing some live streams. If you happen to be on on my live streams, I talk about a variety of things. I have different people pop on. You never know what you're gonna see. Showing off some of the fantastic art that is in this book. It was great. Alright guys, but that's my review. I will let y'all go. I'll see y'all later, guys. Y'all have a great one. Bye.